If you follow me on Instagram at aklein2303, you already know that I got a new truck, and that although it's not very big, it's pretty good for moving 4x8 sheet goods. And I'm glad it's not very big because it fits in the garage and still gives me room to have a lot of storage in front of it, still maneuver around it. So I wouldn't go any bigger, but it happens that I'm about to start a project that requires a really long board, 11 foot at a minimum, and there's really no way to move that with this truck. So I'm going to build something that'll allow me to move that board. And before you say it, I know you can buy a ladder rack, and that would have worked, but I have a lot of shop scraps that I'd like to get rid of. I'm spending enough money on a lot of things for the shop right now, so making something myself and saving some money really felt good. So these 8 plywood pieces I cut are going to be the sides, and I notch one out to accommodate the horizontal board that's going to be on top. And then I glue up 2 of the plywood forms for each of the sides. I tried to get away without any metal components, but that ended up not being possible. I needed these metal bars that I'm ganging up here to drill some holes. I end up welding steel rods in the outer 2 holes, but I lost the video footage, so those just kind of appear later in the video. And with the holes drilled in the metal bars, I can use the bars to transfer those holes to the bottoms of the plywood sides. And I turn the middle 2 holes into slots. It'll be clear why I'm doing all this when you see me put it together in the truck. And now this last part that I'm making is going to slide into the T-track of the truck, and I'm drilling out recesses for the bolts that are going to be embedded into these strips. And do I chisel out 8 individual hex shapes for all the bolts? Indeed not. Burn it in. And with that shape burned in, I can just epoxy the bolts in. I'm going to use these strips of hard maple to reinforce the joint between the 2x10 and the plywood sides. And then I can put everything together, first without glue, just to make sure everything's working like it should, and then again with glue. and a little bit of sanding preps it for some paint by myself and my shop helper.
Alright, so here's the deal. The way you do this, if you just stick it in and pull it out, you get paint everywhere. So you stick it in, and then you push it on the sides to get some of it out. So there's really only paint. See, there's no paint on the bottom.
Like this?
Oh yeah, you did it, I can tell. Yep, you did it. Did we do it?
Yep.
And I might as well throw some paint on these too. So here's how this comes together. These pieces slide into the track that came with the truck. Then the wooden frame can slide in on top of these. And if I just bolted this together, it wouldn't be very strong. And that's why I made these metal bars with the rods on each side to register with the plywood that I can put bolts over. And now this is really very solid. And now it's time to move some lumber. This is a 13-foot board, 8/4, moved it without any trouble.